Yeah. Jonathan, could you just walk us through your reaction to Brian Robinson and what'd you make of it?
It's sad. Young guy, you never want to see something like that happen. By the grace of God, he's okay. It's not life-threatening, and he's going to be okay. So that's really what's the most important thing right now.
Focus on football and kind of what you guys had to do today, just going on about, did it feel like a normal day or how did it kind of feel?
As a professional athlete, there's going to be distractions that come across the board, but that's what we get paid to do. We get paid to deal with the distractions, and we get paid to do a job, and that's what we're going to do.
You're a leader on this team. Have you spoken to the team? Did you speak to them ahead of practice?
No, Coach Vera had a team meeting about it. He talked about the situation. He said he's doing okay, and we move forward.
Talk to Brian at all?
I sent him out a text, but at a time like this, I'm not worried about him responding to me. I just want to let him know the team's thinking about him, and we're praying for him.
How did you hear about the incident?
My brother texted me, and I had no idea. And then I got on Twitter, which I hate that place. But I got on Twitter and I read the report.
And, just in all the adversity you guys have faced over the last couple of years, how do you continually just try to fight through that and focus on what you need to?
It's my job. People make a big deal about the adversity that the Commanders have been facing, but at the end of the day, we're professional athletes and we get paid to play football, and that's what I'm going to do. And no matter how much adversity we deal with off the field, I'm not going to let it affect me on the field.
I was kind of going to ask you the same thing. Like, you talk about being paid to play through distraction, but does this situation, is that different than a normal distraction?
There's different levels of distractions. At the end of the day, the biggest thing is that he's safe. He's not dead, and it's not life-threatening. That's all that matters.
Do you think your teammates are able to adopt that same mindset, and kind of how would you describe the vibe of the locker room?
100%. You wouldn't be able to play at the NFL if you let distractions get to you, even though this is a very tragic and sad situation. B-Rob understands, and he'll be mad at us if we let his situation affect us. I know what kind of guy he is. I know how he would want us to go out there and play, and he's fine. He'll be back, and, we have a job to do.
He's a rookie and on the other side of the ball, but you said you know what kind of guy he is. Just how has he settled into this locker room in the first couple of months, and what kind of person is he in your eyes?
He's fit right in. He's exactly the kind of guy that we want, and it's exactly the kind of guy that we needed. We're really excited about him.
Hey, John, do you guys, when you go out in public, do you guys sometimes feel like targets just because, the wealth and all that? Do you feel like that at all?
Maybe sometimes, but for the most part, you understand what comes with the territory. For the most part, I never really felt in danger. I never really felt like a target. Obviously, I'm going to do everything I can to be smart, but sometimes bad things just happen,
And when you see that, how long before you knew that he would be okay?
As soon as I'm texting the guys around the team, talking to people close to the situation, and once I found out it was non-life threatening, that definitely made it a lot easier.
John, I know you said you get paid to deal with distractions. Does this incident, though, put football into a different perspective, or at least even for a few minutes, sort of how you think about it?
Whenever someone's life is in danger, it definitely takes football out of the equation. Once we found out he was going to be fine and his injuries were non-life threatening, and I think he's being discharged today from what I've heard, that's a good sign. So, yeah.
And just in general, it's hard to separate this, but where do you think this team is at right now mentally with a couple weeks to go to into the year?
We had a good practice today. We're ready to play football. We're ready for the season to start. You don't really know until the week 1 hits, so we'll see. But I like where we're at as a team.
John, I know you said you're paid to handle the distractions, but we're also human beings. Can you describe your emotions when your brother told you that news and then you saw on social media, wow, this is actually happening to one of your teammates?
It's sad, but at the same time, I was praising God because he's fine and he's going to be okay, and it's not life-threatening. The situation could have played out a lot worse for him and his family, and knowing that he's going to be okay, got to give God the glory.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate it.